So now everything that I have in this mixture is sand and salt, and as you know, sand does not dissolve in water, but salt does. Some salts do. The salt that we have in this one does. So I'm going to take, again, DI water, and this is specially treated water. I'm going to add water. The point is that I'm trying to dissolve. I'm adding enough water to dissolve the salt. I don't want to add so much water that it's going to take forever to boil it off. Hold on a second. Add some more water. There we go. Now when I'm looking at this, and it's a little bit hard to show in the video, but I can tell that I'm missing a lot of material just by looking at it. I can tell there's a lot less white in there, the white salt. All right, so what I'm gonna be doing is I'm gonna be filtering because the salt's in the water and I want the salt separated from the sand that's in there. Something I wanna point out is that you should always record all of these numbers all the way over to this point. You'll notice that last number, when I take this off and I put it back on, the last number is the one that's a little wobbly on that scale. Sometimes you'll see it go to 8 or to 6. That's where the scale is uncertain. And the scale is making a judgment call. I'm going to show how to fold this filter paper first. So you take the filter paper, you fold it in half. This is especially great if you're good at origami. We're going to fold it in half again. Now if you notice when I open it, right now, that's still not gonna fit in here really, really well. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna tuck, so I was trying to show how to do it. I'm gonna tuck one of these little triangles over, so see how I'm taking, there's a quadrant and I'm tucking it over on the other one, and it's gonna make a fold. So I can do it like that, or I can do it where this is internal. But what I'm doing is I'm making a fold. I'm gonna do it like that. And you can see now it's much more conical and it's gonna be a lot easier for it to fit in the funnel. Make it a nice seal there. Now we'll come back to this. There's something you could do called seeding the funnel, and it's just by making it a little bit wet. We're gonna do that after we get the mass of this container. So over here at the scale again, I'm tearing the scale, putting the beaker on. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to seat this filter paper just a little bit. I'm going to make it just a little bit damp. Do you see how it already is staying in there better? Just a little bit damp. So the key part in this is I need to make sure that I get the sand out of the beaker because I'm going to weigh it after it dries. So I'm swirling it, and I'm going to pour some of it swirling, and I'm also going to use this rubber policeman to help get all of the sand out. So I'm right-handed, so I'm going to pour it out like this. I'm going to see how much I can get out like this. Just pour a little bit at a time. Now you'll notice too, you can't put a whole lot in here. You can only put a little bit in here. Can you see how slow this is draining? So you can only do a little bit at a time. So I'm going to scrape some of this out. You notice I didn't get all the sand out in that round, and that's okay. I'm going to use this. I'm going to get some of it to come out. I'm being careful because I need to make sure I don't overfill my filter paper section. Still have a little bit on there. This sand is especially sticky. There, that should be the last bit of the sand. I'm gonna also rinse off the edge of this in case there's just the littlest bit of salt dissolved in water on the edge of that. So now we're just waiting. You can see it's just typical, again, in the lab, you're just gonna be waiting. So what's gonna happen when we get done with this is I want the salt that's dissolved in this, I want it to stop being dissolved. I want it to actually come back to being a solid because I want to be able to weigh that. So this is going to be going on the hot plate, and this section is what's holding the sand, and I want that to dry, and I want it to dry because I'm going to also measure that. Then I'm going to be able to see how much of the mixture is sand, how much is salt, and how much, we already know how much we lost because we measured the difference in the beakers. I want this, which is what has the sand in it, I want this to dry in our oven. So notice I've got it nicely spread out. Now walk right back here to our oven and put it in our oven.